Hello again, humans. It is I, Jim the Ape, and I feel duty-bound to apologize for the length of time between my last upload and this one. I've been pretty busy, and even during my time off, I haven't felt much like making videos. But I have returned with something of an old habit of mine, and that is trying to start a series of videos on this channel with a common theme or premise. But none of them have really caught on thus far, except for maybe the Dead Horse series. But those are just basically normal response videos that take me forever to make, while everyone else does their videos on the subject within a day or two of the original video getting shared around. Anyway, this time I thought I'd try something a little different because I was scrolling through my Twitter feed and I found quite a few noteworthy images being responded to by the people I follow. And I soon realized how easy it is to save those images to my computer to use in a video. So I decided to try making a video series out of looking at these images, talking about them, and basically making jokes about them. I want it to be more of a lighthearted, fun kind of series, but I definitely will be delving into more serious topics sometimes too. So, without any further ado, this is What the Fuck? And the first one is a screenshotted thread of tweets that immediately puts Poe's law to the test. I sincerely don't know if this is for real or not, but this woman here is calling for men of New York City to help her cause by gathering in a circle around Trump Tower and peeing. You heard that right. Not only that, but she wants them to scream while they do it. But not in a silly way, in a scary way. There's not really much I can say about this other than, if it's a joke, congratulations, you made me laugh. And if it's for real, I legitimately think you should seek professional psychiatric counseling. The next one is one of those things where a deaf baby was given some kind of hearing aid device, or an implant of some sort, so that said baby could hear its mother's voice for the first time. Basically, it's a scientific marvel that's changing the world for the better, in my opinion. However, along came someone who I would personally describe as an SJW, based on the content of their response, who didn't see it that way. They translate the event as, hearing parent doesn't know how to deal with a deaf baby, so they decide their life for them without their knowledge or consent. Look, I get it. Babies can't make informed decisions for themselves when it comes to medical treatment. That is why I do not believe it should be legal to remove a piece of skin from a newborn baby without an emergent medical need to. And that's regardless of what sex they are, and regardless of what that piece of skin is. But hacking a piece of skin off a newborn baby's body is quite a bit different from giving them an ability that most people have, but they were born without. This isn't like forcing a child to be something they're not, although some of the people who are against this would probably support transgender children transitioning. This is giving them one of the 5 senses that they otherwise would have been deprived of. A sense of sound not only makes it much easier to communicate and to participate in society, but it also allows you to enjoy forms of entertainment like audiobooks and music. The next one, I don't remember the exact context for. It was some kind of political meeting in a Muslim theocracy, or at least a Muslim majority country. I don't remember which one. And apparently, the woman who I believe is Angela Merkel had her hair pixelated and censored because I guess it was offensive to their religion. You know, the oh-so-progressive, totally feminist religion that forces women to wear headscarves at best, burqas at worst, because if they show any skin, they're apparently asking to be raped because men can't control themselves. Yeah, that one. Again, I don't know what's real and what isn't, and on the internet, all bets are off. But it wouldn't surprise me, seeing as how every other week I'm seeing another story about a woman who was either forced to wear a hijab when she didn't want to, or refused to wear one to an event that was being held in one of these ass-backwards, brain-fucked countries that hold on to these arcane, barbaric beliefs. And for the record, I don't give a shit who you are, or what the color of your skin is, or what country you come from. If you follow the teachings of a child-raping warmonger, you're insane! And now, onto a lighter note, I wanted to talk about Harmony, the sex robot that broke the internet. I'm kidding, I fucking hate that phrase. Anyway, the company Real Doll, which specializes in making synthetic human bodies for lonely or just kinky people to fuck, recently posted about their next big product, which is basically a sex robot with AI that you can have conversations with. This erupted into an endless stream of comments, and as much as I hate to generalize, I'm about to. Pretty much, the comments from the men were like, damn, I need to get me one of those. But the comments from the women were like, this is disgusting. I can't believe anyone would do this. This is so objectifying women and promoting rape culture. If you would fuck one of those things, you are sad and pathetic and probably a rapist. So, if I can play armchair psychologist for just a second, it seems that the women whose responses were like that are probably extremely insecure. They know they don't have much to offer a man other than sex, so when they're presented with the idea of a robot that will literally perform that function for a man whenever he wants, they reach for whatever excuse they can find to oppose it. But Real Doll's Twitter account manager earned my respect by responding to these hateful comments with tactful retorts that also had a sick burn factor not seen since Wendy's reminded that guy that refrigerators exist. They brought up that they make male dolls too, as well as trans dolls, and they also pointed out that their clientele are also a diverse group of people, including married couples and women. And they brilliantly called out those commenters for singling men out for their hate. Personally, I think that people should be able to buy whatever kind of sex dolls and sex robots they want and do whatever they want to them. You have to remember, despite the fact that they're designed and programmed to imitate human behavior and resemble a human being, they're not real people! They don't actually have feelings the way that we do. They're just the most advanced form of sex toy imaginable. In fact, if you think that a man having a sex robot that literally is meant to imitate the personal interactions of a full human being is objectifying women, but you are perfectly satisfied with a plastic penis, who's really objectifying who there? But if you really want to be happy, get you a girl who can't be replaced by a robot. I know they're in short supply and they're hard to find, but they're out there. Don't give up. And now this video takes a turn downhill for the last two. This next one is just bizarre, and it's going to make a lot of people feel uncomfortable and quite possibly disgusted, so just brace yourself. It's this long, insane tirade about how having a daughter is the ultimate cuckoldry. Yes, apparently fathering a child of the female persuasion is not only like sitting in a corner watching your wife get fucked by another man, but it's also the worst kind of that. Their so-called reasoning for this is basically that you put all this effort into raising a daughter right, and after all these years of you taking care of her, she goes out and fucks other guys. There are so many problems with this that I don't even know where to begin. I guess first and foremost would be the incest angle. Now, that's a tricky thing for me because while I personally don't have any desire to fuck anyone in my immediate family, I kinda get it. I mean, I watch Game of Thrones, and I might occasionally look at pornographic images with subtitles added to them that describe an incestuous scenario, so maybe I'm desensitized to it a bit, but here's my view on it in general. If it's between two consenting adults, and there's no coercion going on, it's fine by me if people want to do that. I don't have to like it, but they shouldn't be stopped by the authorities. Now, if it's between a parent and a minor child, huge fucking difference. That's wrong, and it's fucked up because that's child abuse, and it's also rape. But enough of that insane tangent that probably gave you too close a look at my fucked up psyche. Back to the matter at hand, the author of this rant makes another crucial error by assuming that the only reward a man could possibly want for treating his daughter well is to fuck her later. Nothing could be further from the truth. It's only a small minority that want that. The rest of us just want our kids to grow up to be good people, to be successful, to have a better life than we had. and to leave the world better than they found it. Not like this twisted and pathetic shell of a person who can only think of things in terms of sex and thinks that's the only acceptable benefit to fucking parenting. Once again, this person needs to seek immediate professional help for their dangerously unstable mind. And last but not least, we have the most despicable, vile, sick, twisted, disgusting, stomach-turning, vomit-inducing, shit-spewing, pus-filled, worm-infested sinkhole of horse shit I have ever seen. Hallelujah! Holy shit, where's the Tylenol? Anyway, I submit to you that this is the worst thing in human history to ever have the words university academics attached to it. It is the title of an article, which I won't read, and after you see the title and the little elaborative sentence underneath, you'll understand why. And the title of this article is, University Academics Say Pedophilia is Natural and Normal for Males to be Aroused by Children. What? Fucking what? How? How is this a conclusion that academics came to? It doesn't reference a scientific experiment or a study or even a fucking survey. It just says that a conference at the University of Cambridge simply said that at least a sizable minority of normal males would like to have sex with children. No! I don't give a shit how many fucking degrees you have. If you want to have sex with children, you're not fucking normal! And I love how males are singled out in this. Oh, it's males that are the pedophiles. As though women never rape underage boys. That's the thing. They do it just as often. But when it's a woman raping an underage boy, we just don't call it that. Seriously. Look it up. All of the articles about those stories on news sites and pretty much everywhere that shit is reported, the headline will use some really fucking dodgy wording like, teacher jailed for having an affair with a student, or mother imprisoned for sex romp with son's classmates, thus ensuring that even when female perpetrators of statutory rape are punished by the law, they're seen in a more sympathetic light, and as per the huge gender sentencing gap in this country, they'll also most likely get a much lighter sentence than a male perpetrator would for the same crime. I don't have much to say about this intellectually. It just fucking pisses me off that something like this gets very little backlash in the mainstream, and you know if the genders were reversed, no decibel level of music would be able to drown out the cries of sexism and misogyny. The fact is, it's not normal to want to fuck children. We've decided this as a society because of the harm that it causes to act on those urges. Granted, it may be natural in the technical sense, as all things that exist are natural, but that doesn't make it morally justifiable, and it damn sure doesn't make it normal. I don't usually believe in dismissing the credibility of an entire institution based on one incident, but if there is any truth to this article's headline, I think we can pretty much agree that the University of Cambridge is dog shit, and any degree from there isn't worth the paper it's written on, even if that paper is bargain brand toilet paper. Anyway, that's the first and hopefully not the last edition of Twat the Fuck. How do you like it? How do you think I can improve it for future episodes? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't already and click the bell icon to turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter for posts that are not quite as rare as video uploads. Also, I'm on VidMe now, and I posted the second round of my old videos a few days ago. Please follow me on there. I'm still trying to get verified, and I think you need 50 followers, or at least it helps if you have 50 followers, and I'm only up to about 30. Once I get verified, I can figure out how to monetize my videos over there, and it'll lift the upload limits so I can finally add my entire catalog unhindered by the 30-minute length restriction, so following me on there could actually really help me out a lot. But what could help me out even more than that is if you support my work on Patreon. Remember, I don't do this full time. It's a hobby that I do when I'm not working at my quote-unquote real job. So anything that I get on there is greatly appreciated. Anyway, that's all the shilling and rambling I needed to get out of the way. As always, thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time. Stay great, apes.